Everyone is talking about independence, but very few artists are actually living it at scale. LaRussell didn't just go viral. He built a business from backyard concerts in Vallejo to offer-based albums and fully owned everything. He's proof you don't need a label to make a living. You just need a system. $1 million in independent revenue. Like, people throw around the word $1 million, but I don't think y'all actually understand how much money that really is. 100+ shows, thousands of fans, all from Vallejo, California. Vallejo, for those of you who don't get it. This episode is a case study in creative ownership. We're breaking down how LaRussell built his independent empire and what his blueprint means for the next generation of artists. This episode is brought to you by popular demand off of the LaRussell Signed or Self-Made episode I did. I told y'all to drop the houses if you wanted a full breakdown, and y'all did it. So I'm here. Okay. You are now watching JazzTV. All right, y'all, let's take it back to the origin story and how it all started. So, before the TikToks, before the millions of streams, LaRussell started out as a Bay Area rapper trying to make it in an overcrowded industry. I don't know if he's from Oakland and moved to Vallejo or if he's born and raised in Vallejo, but it really doesn't matter because he's from the Bay. He loyal to the soil, okay? Inspired by that classic Bay hustle energy. We got it. E40, Too Short. These are people who founded independent artistry. They might not be the first to do it, but when you grow up here, that's normal for us, you know? The Bay has always been about independence. We don't wait for permission here. But what LaRussell did was different. He built his own structure around it. That's how Good Company was born. His creative collective and business ecosystem. Not just a label, not just a team, a company where everyone eats together. And growing up in the Bay myself, I felt that energy instantly. We've always had that DIY hustle mentality, as well as a low tolerance for disrespect, and the music industry can be very disrespectful. But LaRussell did something a little different, and he made it feel modern. Like, yeah, you can keep your masters and build your own platform too. LaRussell isn't just talented. He's intentional. Everything he does is rooted in fan connection and ownership. Let's break down the system that changed everything. Number one, the offer-based pricing model. He flipped the idea of ticket sales and streaming on its head. Instead of saying, here's the price, he says, here's the value. You decide what it's worth. Fans literally choose how much they want to pay for an album, a t-shirt, or even a live show ticket. That's not just smart marketing, that is psychology. When fans get to participate, they feel like investors, not just no-stakes consumers. They're not buying a product, they are buying a movement, or buying into a movement, I should say. It creates community, and community is what makes any artist, signed or self-made, unstoppable. Secondly, using content as documentation. LaRussell doesn't just create content, he is documenting his journey. You'll see him freestyle in his backyard, post real conversations, show behind the scenes moments that most indie artists hide. He's not chasing trends, he's building trust, because real connection doesn't come from aesthetics, it comes from authenticity. And that's why fans feel like they know him, even if they don't really know him. They might just know the version of him that he presents himself as. He could be a completely different person, And not even in a bad way, but it's like as an artist, you have to know what part of me is my artist brand and my artist identity, and then what part of me is just me, the person. And you decide how much of that you incorporate. So they're not just supporters, but they feel like family. Finally, ownership of distribution. And now this might be my favorite part because he owns everything. He owns his masters, his merch, his venues, his narrative, right? Like it all. Good Company is like its own mini empire, recording, events, media, all in house. That means every dollar stays closer to the artist and every fan stays closer to the movement. That's vertical integration and that's artist equity. Now let's break down the why. Because none of this happened by accident. It couldn't. Like, this is an empire. Empires are not built and born by accident. Everyone talks about consistency, but the reason why consistency is so important, and not just you consistently posting content, you consistently writing, recording, and releasing music, it gives you an algorithmic advantage. Also, as artists, you guys are not as excited about a project that you recorded 2 weeks ago as you are about the song that you made last night. So trying to promote a project for any extended amount of time, you're going to get over it, you're not excited about it, all of those things, right? And so with LaRussell, he dropped music weekly for like 2 years. That built audience expectation and habit. Now, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that for everyone, right? Consumer behavior, all of that, it varies artist to artist. So, fans and algorithms, they both reward consistency. And if you are trying to get the algorithm to boost your visibility, like you're just trying to get fans to find you in the first place, that is why consistency, not just in your content, but also in your music, is very, very important. Do you need to drop a song a week? No. Should you drop one song every month, 6 to 8 weeks? Absolutely. Transparency equals trust. He shares his numbers, his L's, and his lessons. He doesn't act like he's too industry for transparency. And that honestly makes people root for him. Community equals currency. I don't know how many times I'm going to tell y'all about fan engagement and community building, right? But people just don't buy music anymore because there is so much of it. We're so oversaturated with way too much music, whether it's good or bad, just too much of it exists, period. And now fans, they buy mission, they buy into a movement. LaRussell made his mission clear: ownership, legacy, empowerment. Why wouldn't you want to buy into that? When people feel that, they will support you forever. Okay? And that's the real shift in the music right now. It's no longer about the biggest audience, as Lizzo and every other major artist has told you this year. It's about the most invested one. Now let's talk about what this means for you. Because you could take notes and watch videos and do that all day. But let's how we applying it? How we doing it? How we doing the things? The real power, like I said, is in how you apply your own system. Step 1 is own your ecosystem. Stop renting platforms. Build your own mailing list. It could be an email list, it can be a text list. You can have a Discord server. You can have a free Discord server, a paid Discord server, a Patreon, but you need some sort of ecosystem that is a private fan space, something that's yours. Step 2, turn support into participation. Don't just post. Invite. Ask fans to help you choose merch, to help you choose a name of the song, to help you choose other art, cover art, or fund your next show. You want to see me live? Me too. Let's do it. When people have ownership in your story, they'll help you build it. Step 3 is to monetize your consistency. Don't just release music. Build a momentum, regular drops, and predictable cadences that people can look forward to. Because you don't need millions of fans. You need 100, 1,000, or more true believers. I mean, honestly, 1,000 will make your life. Dude, 10 paying fans versus 10,000 passive scrollers, that's going to help build your career. More than anything. And LaRussell just showed all of us what the next era of independence looks like. And what's wild is this blueprint did not just come out of nowhere. He is not the first Bay Area to do this. The Bay has always been home for independence. Too Short was selling mixtapes out of his trunk. E40 was building brands before social media even existed. Empire turned distribution into a global powerhouse, now breaking records with Shabuzi. We've been doing this, and LaRussell just modernized it. And that's the spirit of the Bay. We don't just wait for doors to open. As y'all can tell with my whole company and all of, come on, like, we build new ones. So drop in the comments what artist or release you want to see me break down next. Not a guarantee. I just want to see what y'all talking about. And if you're an indie artist ready to stop chasing virality and start building your own system, let's map out your next move, your rollout, and your fan base system so you can finally build the kind of career that lasts. This is JazzTV, the business behind the music. I'll see you next time. I'm such a yapper. Thank you for watching me yap and be a yap star. Appreciate you.